the dapper Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Top Rank Incorporated, along with your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Present the featured bout of the evening. This contest, once again, is sanctioned by the Mississippi State Athletic Commission. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Casino Magic here in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, let's get ready to rumble! 10 rounds of boxing in the featherweight division. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Elmo Adolf. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the gold with black trim and weighing in at 129 pounds. From Covington, Tennessee, he brings a record of 18 victories with 8 defeats, 10 of his 18 victories by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Tommy Schoolboy Parks. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the teal with gold trim and weighing in at 130 pounds. From Flushing, New York, he brings a record of 42 victories with only 1 defeat. 30 of his 42 victories by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former featherweight champion of the world, the Flushing Flash, Kevin Kelley.
Let's listen in. I'm Adolf, the referee.
Hi, fellas. I've given you instructions earlier. I want you to have a good, clean fight. Pay attention to my commands at all times. Shake hands now. Come back to boxing. We got both high trunks. I'm gonna let anything go up in here, okay?
So we are set to go. There's Tommy Parks. He does look fit, and he's always fit. And he already took a good right hand. Shows he can take it. We go across the ring to Kevin Kelley. Phil Borgia, his trainer, with him. He has some last-minute words of advice, and I'm sure those words of advice, I can tell you what they are right now. Don't stand right in front of the guy like you have done lately. We head into round 1.
Show the bounce. He wants to be up there and be very light on his feet. He gives you an indication there how he would like to do that, not be flat-footed.
Some, Dave, in the boxing community doubt if Kevin Kelley is capable of fighting a whole fight that way.
Yeah, it's a good analysis by people because as fighters have been in some wars, they show that quality less and less. You'll see it in flashes during the fight, and then you won't see it too much at all. Go an analogy going back to Muhammad Ali was always up on his feet. Then in later years, just a flash of it here and there.
If you didn't see Kevin Kelley's last fight here on ESPN back on March 31st, it was in Chester, West Virginia. It was extraordinary. He was taking a pounding from Ricardo Rivera. Looked for all the world like he's out of the fight there. Tommy Parks pushed. Wow, is that a? They clashed heads and they clashed heads bad. Wow.
He's also acting like there was a thumb in the eye, and he doesn't take a whole lot of time. He gets right back into it.
So apparently Tommy Parks can see. I thought it was a clash because Kevin Kelley was looking at his head too, but probably maybe it was a thumb. Anyway, in his last fight, Kevin Kelley was getting soundly beaten by Ricardo Rivera, looked all but out of it, and came back to win on a knockout in what was one of the most astonishing comebacks we've seen on this series.
If you put 100 guys in the position Kevin Kelley was in that night, 98 lose.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And boy, the referee was so close to calling the fight. Kevin even knew that. He said that to us today.
He thought that it was going to be stopped. But he got a second chance and dug down and took advantage of the opportunity.
Round 1, it is scheduled for 10. Former WBC featherweight champ Kevin Kelley in the green trunks and the gold. Here's Tommy Parks. Parks trying to land the left hook, a good weapon against the lefty.
Hard to land it from where he was trying, and Kelley was able to slip underneath it.
There's the hook downstairs by Parks. He's got a good double left hook too.
And that will work well against Kelley's style. So will the lead right hand against the southpaw. And if Kelley does square up and comes right in him, then there won't be any southpaw to worry about it. He can fight normally.
Right hand. Now that really could have been a knockdown because his glove touched. Yes, it is. Hey,
It is going to count. Good call.
Good for Elmo Adolph. He realized that it was a knockdown and corrected himself.
And you saw Parks in the background did not jump in immediately. He thought it was a knockdown and did not seize the opportunity.
So, a rocky start for Kevin Kelley. He's brawling. There's Kevin Kelley. Listen to Phil Borgia.
See which way he's coming? He's coming out here with the right hand. Pay attention to me. Stay focused on me. He's coming out here with the right hand. If you're on the outside, that means you got to work twice as hard to get in where he's coming.
Well, the heads coming together, the butts, the thumbs, everything was in there, and a little bit of mishmash of everything. Kelley thought that it was a butt, and you saw Parks wondering if he'd been thumbed, and his eye did close to some degree. Now, this is Ricardo Rivera all over again. That right hand that gets the Kelley glove, touches the floor, automatic knockdown call.
And while Elmo Adolph didn't react immediately to it, he realized that it should have been a knockdown, and he called it. We're into round 2, and oh man, Parks with a wild right hand. Kelley just kind of looked and said, man, how could I get hit with that?
And Parks doesn't load up on his punches that much, but he is doing so tonight. And he's also getting out of something that he thought he was going to do in this fight. He figured he'd have to box, and an opening came to him earlier. So
They bang heads again. There's something about the style of these two fighters. And now Parks is bleeding from the left eye. That is a shame. That is a shame.
And that's nasty looking there. That's right over it.
And I mean, and I'll tell you, that's a clash of heads that came from not, I don't think deliberate, just from the style.
Both fighters leaning forward. You're watching Parks wants to get his big right hand, and Kelley jabbing his way in, and they lead with their foreheads. That is a terrible collision.
Not intentional.
You know, you're talking two guys who like to come forward and get leverage into their punches to go right at the target.
Well, it's a very bad cut. I don't know if they're going to let this fight go on. What a shame.
And it has the look of something that will be stopped. Fighters with their arms around each other.
Yeah, it's over.
Technical draw.
Clash of heads, it will be a technical draw. And I'll tell you what, you look at Tommy Parks, he already had things going his way, which is not to suggest he definitely was going to win this fight at all. I mean, we were very early in the fight. But for a young man who had a good opportunity like this to get off to a good start and then have this happen, it's a shame.
A fighter who has not been able to do it in his big fights. Something little has held him back, and in this case, a headbutt held him back after a strong opening round, and he had found a home for that right hand. That right hand was going to be there for a while.
It really was, and I'm sure in his mind he thought he had a real shot here. He'd already shown he could put Kelley down. Well, this certainly looks like a bout that maybe we'll have again.
Yes, but the question now is when, because Kelley is supposed to fight Clarence Bone Adams on September 9th, and he'll probably do that first. Now you're watching here, the heads have been near each other. Watch the fighters coming together all the time. It can be subtle, and there you see the pain on Parks' face. It's the different eye. Last round, it was the right eye in which he thought he had been thumbed in. Kelley's coming forward. Watch Parks coming forward too. He tries to turn into his punch. Kelley is jabbing, following with his head, and Parks is turning into a shot, and Elmo Adolph the first on the scene to file the report.
Yeah, and you know,
he sees it right there.
Boy, doesn't a picture tell the story? Oh my, what an awful cut. Wow.
What choice did Elmo Adolph have?
No, or the doctor. And there's Les Bonanno, Jimbo Stevenson leaving. And it's a shame because they were both trying to punch and trying to do the right thing. And Kelley, it also hurt him when he got the clash of heads, but it just didn't create the cut.
But there's nothing we can do about it.
Michael Buffer's in the center of the ring. He'll give us the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Referee Elmo Adolph, acting on the advice of physician at ringside, Dr. T.K. Ellis, has to call a halt to the bout. The reason, an accidental headbutt. It came at 34 seconds of round number 2. A laceration suffered by Tommy Parks was too severe for him to continue. Under the rules of the Mississippi State Athletic Commission, the bout is a technical draw.
course, nobody likes that determination, but there literally was no other choice. The clash of heads certainly created too severe an injury for Tommy Parks to continue. And for Kevin Kelley, though this was a rocky beginning, he ends up at least escaping without anything worse than a technical draw. Here in the first round, Tommy Parks had a very fine moment. That is a knockdown, and it was called so because Kevin Kelley's glove hit the canvas. So he's off to a very good start, but unfortunately a clash of heads created a cut over Tommy Parks' eye that had the fight stopped and called a technical draw. Both men are in the center of the ring with Dave, and if he can get a word in, we're going to go to Dave Bontempo now.
Okay, thanks, Al. They are discussing it. Kevin Kelley to my right and Tommy Parks to my left. First of all, you, Tommy, you scored a knockdown in the opening round. You seem to have something going here. How frustrating was this for you?
Well, very frustrating. You know, accident happens. The referee did a great job. The judges well, too. And I came out to do my best. I was in top shape for this fight. Bones' fight was last over 8 months ago, and I was a lot better shape because I had pulled a sustain a muscle in the left side. But fighting Kelley, I knew it was going to be fighting like a world champ. This is a world championship fight for me. I figured if I keep on the fight, it's going long. I feel that it was going to go, and I feel like I'm going to win the fight. I feel that if I kept him in the right hands, even though he's strong and tough, I feel I was going to stop him. That's being honest with you.
All right, Kevin Kelley's opinion here. Now, Kevin, you made the comment before about 2 left feet. What did it feel like in there? Was it an awkward style matchup to you?
Well, today we both fought a fight. I wanted to show, even though I fought 2 rounds, I got a chance to show at least that my legs are back in the game, my hand speed is back in the game. I pretty much wanted to see. Tommy gave me the opportunity to bring me back to the game where I was supposed to be. I had a few fights where I fought very flat-footed, very in front of the man, and Tommy's style was perfect for him because he boxes too. And it was almost like a sparring session, just our feet kept getting crossed up. I think me being lefty and being righty, I think that me and him, we were tripping over each other's feet in the first round.
Now, in the first round, you got hit with the right hand, which you were trying to get away from previous fights. Did that surprise you? We got a big right hand in on you early there?
Nah, you know, he caught me cold. It didn't hurt me or nothing, but I was off balance and I was going backwards from the punch. He's a strong guy. I seen when he fought Bones. He's a strong guy. But the thing was, I was making him miss the right hand. A lot of big right hands he was missing. And one of the right hands that he missed our heads happened to clash. I wound up cutting him for the second time. A very bad gash. I'm sorry he got cut. I was happy with the first round performance to show that my legs are back in it. My speed is back. I'm back to championship quality. I'm gonna be back there again. You know,
Okay, both of you guys. Now we're gonna have both of you guys. There will be a test on this after. Take a look here. We're going to show you the butt that ended the fight here, and take a look at it. Your recollections. First of all, Mr. Parks, what's going through your mind here? You surprised here?
Well, yes. Kelley's fast. I'm just as fast as Kelley. We're both very quick fighters, and I knew eventually. I watched his film when he's had butt against Gonzalez, and he fought for defending world title. I figured that if I can stay on the left side, outside his feet, that I would figure wouldn't happen if I keep my right hand up high. But just was accident on butt. We both was fighting hard. We both wanted to win. We both won a world title shot. This is my world title shot tonight. I'm lucky that this happened.
Has anything this bizarre ever happened to you?
No, it never happened this way. I never had this type of situation happen to me, Dave. Not at all.
Okay, Kevin, how about you in the bizarre category?
I think me being a lefty, like I said, I was trying to catch him with a straight left hand. I had tripled up on my jab. I was inside, which I thought I was inside. I thought the punch was there first. But as I'm watching the film, I see that the head was there. He went to duck away from the punch. I went to throw the punch, and our heads met first rather than the punches. Like I said, I was practicing getting on the inside. I was using my speed. Parks, I could think nothing from him. I told him before the fight, I never thought I would fight him back then, but I want to thank people that have been behind me and supporting me, like Metrics, No Fear, Monahan.
Okay, you got them all in there, and these guys are going to continue to talk about the fight. Let's send it back now down.